So I already know what a lot of people are going to say. You've been gone for 2 damn weeks, bro. Yes, I know. And I know I said I was going to post yesterday on this post here, but I'm sorry. I've been a little bit backed up with work and school and other things like that. And I've just kind of been honestly taking a break from Tabor, but we're back. So let's get right into the video. So I've made tons of videos showing you goobers how to improve, but apparently all of you just don't listen. And I see a lot of you in the comments complaining about losing high tier kits. Then I know you haven't been listening to these tips in Tabor. Tip number 1, prediction. You know that frustrating feeling where you spot someone first but you still die? You're just a few milliseconds off to adjust your aim before they could? Well, I hope you know it's not truly about seeing the enemy first, but it's about anticipating where they will be or where their head could be. Barrel placement is honestly the secret sauce that can eliminate or shave off even precious milliseconds to adjust your aim before the fight even begins. Placing your aim or placing your barrel where the enemy will show up or be, even on a corner or a door or anything or any place you might think they will come from. And also making sure that barrel is at chest or head level is the ultimate key for you to win majority of your fights. Tip number 2, hip fire. Now, it's all in the hip. Compared to a lot of other VR games such as Pavlov or Contractors or even Into the Radius, time to kill in Tabor is extremely fast. And I know it's frustrating when you maybe get a GPU and you suddenly get ambushed and killed, basically wasting your time, your effort, and even your gear. Now, most players know hip firing or point firing is 10 times faster than actually aiming down the sights, and you need to start doing this. A good way to practice this is by using a laser without ADSing onto a player or even a target. If you practice basically snapping corners and having your laser in that direct location or in a location that you think the enemy might come from, it will honestly make or break most of the fights you get into. Tip number 3, having a plan. Now, in this game, you get ambushed a lot, and I mean a lot. From players hiding in trees or even behind doors, patiently waiting for you to just come on in, or even in bushes especially. Or even, I've seen the extreme cases of even hiding on ladders, which is very strange to me. But it's honestly not about peeking every single angle. It's about how it's properly done. Now, I know there's no leaning in the game yet, but as you can see, if I did not quick peek this angle, I would have straight went down there and it would have been a 50-50. But since I quick peeked it, it allowed me to see how many players there was, their exact location, allowing me to follow up and getting the first shot off, ultimately winning me the engagement overall. Now, I did go over this in other videos, but to do this, you want to fully push in the direction you want to go, but once you get to the door or the corner, you want to quickly snap your joystick backwards into the opposite direction while looking in the same direction you're heading. Now, ultimately, this is a trick that you kind of have to get used to doing, but once you master it, you will become unstoppable from peeking angles. Tip number 4, understanding angles. Now, understand that most fights is a battle of who gets line of sights first, using pretty much everything around you and that I talked about, such as quick peeking. By quick peeking, you can make a player peek out, trying to take shots at you, causing you to get a few shots on them actually as they go back into cover, if you're fast enough. And also, you can make a player give up their angles that they are holding by playing hyper aggressive and honestly taking advantage of players' overall weakness, fear of dying. Most players in this game are either scared of dying or scared of losing that high tier gear they found or bought into a raid. So ultimately, instead of just sitting back there waiting for them to make the first move, try making the first move and seeing how it goes. I'm not saying that this is a guaranteed way to honestly get high tier loot or get kills, because sometimes some things are just not in our favor. We all die in this game, even me. But most of the time when I do play hyper aggressive on a player that I can tell that's being scared, I usually end up winning those engagements. And if you want a tip on how you can tell a player is being scared, if you are in a fight, say for example, you are down the tunnel of Silo, right? The straight tunnel, and there's a player on the opposite side of you shooting back at you. If they are just shooting and going back into cover, shooting and going back into cover, or they just stop shooting at all, they have done 2 things. 1, trying to scare you with their shots and trying to get some shots off you so they can make the first move and try to be hyper aggressive on you, or or they are trying to make their presence known, disengage from the fight, and go extract because they don't want to lose what they have on them. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I know you guys are wanting me to touch on this topic for a long ass time, almost 2 weeks now, going on 3. So let me just say this. No, I will not be making a part 2 or response to their video for main reasons. 1, I don't want to start this fucking drama back up again. It's no point. 2, okay, what they said in their video, cool, they made fun of the way I said the map, they did this, they did that, and the third, but here's one thing that they were missing out on. If I tried to contact them myself, they were not going to respond. I have done that before about certain things in the past. They have not responded. So I take it into my own hands. But I will also say this. I stand on what I will stand on. I'm not taking the video down. I'm not removing anything else from the video. And I'm not doing anything of the sorts. And my career is still very much thriving. I've gained over almost 200 subscribers from the making of that video and just being away for 2 weeks. So you can think what you want to think. If you want to unsubscribe from my channel, go ahead and unsubscribe. If you don't want to watch my content, go ahead and don't watch my content. But I will say this, if you're going to comment under every single one of my videos, or even just go spread hate under even this video, you guys are giving me views and money and also attention, which will also boost my videos in the long run. So if you hate me, you hate me. If you love me, you love me. It is what it is. I have my audience, you guys have yours. Also, I will be posting Friday and will be streaming on Saturday. So without further ado, have a nice day or night wherever you are. Peace.